Hello children, I'm happy to meet you all again in the session 2 video. This is Unit 14, Heat and Temperature. Yesterday we saw what is temperature. Okay, the measurement of warmness or coldness of substance is known as the temperature. Heat transfer from one object to another object, so we can feel the heat. When we touch an object, the heat transfer from one object to another object, so we can feel the temperature of that object. And how can we measure the temperature? We can't measure the temperature of an object by touching, because that is not correct. So to take a correct temperature, we use thermometers. Thermometers are used to measure temperature accurately and quantitatively. Behind this, property of expansion of liquid is used to make the thermometers. Okay, and now you know how can we make a simple thermometer. Yesterday I explained. That means water bottle thermometer. So today we'll learn about the. Okay, now let's see what is melting point and boiling point. We know the metals exist in three states: solid, liquid and gas. When a solid substance changes to the liquid substance, that is known as melting. That particular temperature of melting is known as melting point. And the boiling point means when a liquid substance converted to the gaseous substance, that is called as the boiling point or boiling. Okay, so now look at this 14.3 practical. Here it is a funnel, and this is a funnel and this is a beaker. In this funnel you can see some ice cube, and there is a thermometer, mercury thermometer. Okay, so when you make this setup, you have to keep this in the room temperature, out of the refrigerator for some times. After 1 or 2 hours, you can observe the ice cube start to melt, and under the bottom of this beaker we can observe water. Okay, so it can be observed that the temperature at which ice is melting is 0 degrees Celsius. So when we note the temperature at the particular melting time, that is 0 degrees Celsius. So the constant temperature at which ice melt is called the melting point of the ice. This is 0 degrees Celsius. Think that the ice solid is being converted to the water. That means the ice solids are melting. During this time, they absorb the heat from the environment. Okay, here is the definition for the melting point. Let's read the slide. The constant temperature at which a solid substance changes to its liquid state is known as the melting point of that substance. Okay, for example, water exists in all three states: water vapor, gaseous state, water ice cube, that is a solid state, and water liquid. Okay, so when water liquid is cooled or refrigerated, they converted they change their state to the ice, that means solid. This process is called as freezing. The point of this the temperature point of this process is called freezing point. This is actually 0 degrees Celsius. And the temperature at which solid ice cubes changes to the liquid water is called as the melting point. This is also 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so when the solid water kept in the, that means the ice cube kept in the 0 degrees Celsius or temperature above the 0 degrees Celsius, they will melt. When a liquid water kept in the 0 degrees Celsius or kept in the refrigerator, they will turn to the solid. This is the freezing point and former one is melting point. Okay, so in this table you can see the melting point of some substances. Ice is 0 degrees Celsius and paraffin wax. Paraffin wax is a chemical substance. Normally we use this substance to make cosmetic items. And lead and iron. Iron has higher melting point than the other substances like lead, paraffin wax and ice. Ice has very low melting point. Okay, so now we'll come to the boiling point. We know what is boiling point, right? Boiling point means when a liquid water absorb heat and converted to the gaseous state, that is called as the boiling. So the temperature of this boiling is called as boiling point. Okay, so look at the activity 14.4. This is a boiling tube and this is the thermometer, mercury thermometer. They commonly use mercury thermometer, and inside this boiling tube water is there, and this is a Bunsen burner and this is a stand. Okay, they are heating this boiling tube with the water. Okay, so it can be observed that the temperature at which water boils, bubbles start to evolve, is 100 degrees Celsius. That means at 100 degrees Celsius we can see the reading in this thermometer. At the sharp at 100 degrees Celsius, the water inside this boiling tube start to form bubbles. This is the temperature of boiling. So it can be concluded that there is an exact temperature of boiling water. Okay, so the constant temperature at which a liquid substance changes to its gaseous state is known as the boiling point of that substance. Look at this table. Alcohol, paraffin wax, water, lead and iron. They have given the boiling point in the degree Celsius at 1 atm atmospheric pressure. Okay, so alcohol has lowest boiling point than the water's boiling point. Water's boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. Alcohol's boiling point is 77 degrees Celsius. So that is lower than water's boiling point. Okay, and paraffin wax, they have the higher boiling point than the water's one, and water 100 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point of iron is higher than the other substances, and the melting point of iron is also higher than the other substances. Okay, uh, look at this picture. This is a liquid water and this is a solid water and this is gaseous water. When the liquid water converted to the solid water, that is called as the freezing. If the solid water converted to the liquid state, that is a melting. So the point is melting point. Okay, so this is the liquid state, and liquid state being converted to the gaseous state. This is called as the boiling. So the point is boiling point. Okay,